Good morning everyone. Today I will explain you chapter number first of science, how do plants get their food or nutrition in plant. So our first topic is what are life processes. Various functions carried out by living beings which are necessary to maintain and continue life are called life process, like nutrition, respiration, transportation, excretion, movement and reproduction. For all these activities called life processes, they require energy continuously, even when at rest. This continuous supply of energy is obtained from food. Besides providing energy, the food which we eat gives us the material for growth and repair of the damaged body part. Like us, plants also obtain their energy from food. Have you seen plant eating food? Then how do they obtain their nutrition? To understand this, let us first study what is nutrition. In class 6, you learned that food is essential for all living organisms. You also learned that carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, and minerals are components of food. These components of food are called nutrients and are necessary for our body. Or we can say nutrition is the process of intake and utilization of nutrients by an organism. So, the process by which an organism take food and utilize it is called nutrition. What is the need of nutrition? Organism need energy to perform various activities. The energy is supplied by the nutrients. Organism need various raw material for growth and repair. These raw material are provided by nutrients. There are different modes of nutrition. First, based on the modes of obtaining food, the organism can be classified into two broad categories. First, autotrophs, and second, heterotrophs. What is autotrophs? Auto means self and troph means nutrition. So, these organisms can prepare or synthesize their food by using non-living or inorganic raw materials. Next, they have chlorophyll pigment in their body which trap and fix the energy of the sun. So, autotrophic nutrition, the mode of nutrition in which an organism prepares its own food, is called autotrophic nutrition. Examples are green plants and few bacteria. Next, heterotrophs. Hetero means others and troph means nutrition. These organisms are unable to prepare food by themselves and therefore derive nutrition from others. Examples are non-green plants, animal and human beings. So heterotrophic nutrition are those the modes of nutrition in which an organism take food from another organism is called heterotrophic nutrition. Other classification based on the type of food they eat, living animals can be categorized in the following three types. First, herbivores, second, carnivores, and third, omnivores. What is herbivores? Animals that eat only plants or plant products such as grass, leaves, grain, fruits are called herbivores. They get energy from plant and grass. They need lot of energy to live. Example: cow, calf, lamb, camel calf, etc. Next, carnivores animal. Animals that feed on other animal are called carnivores, like lion, tiger, frog, and lizard. Or we can say these animals get energy from meat. They usually get meat from other animals. Next classification: omnivores. Omnivores are those animals which get their energy from animals and some parts of the plant like fruit and vegetables. Or in short, we can say animals that eat both plants and animal are known as omnivores. Examples: human being, ant, crow, dog, etc. Next, what is photosynthesis? The process of manufacturing food in the presence of sunlight is known as photosynthesis. Or the process of photosynthesis occurs in the green parts of the plants. These parts appear green as they contain a green color pigment called chlorophyll that traps energy from sunlight. Oxygen is released during this process. Why is photosynthesis important? Photosynthesis is the main way through which the solar energy is made available for different living beings. Or photosynthesis is the biological process which supports life on earth. All animals, directly or indirectly, depend on plants for their food requirements. Green plants synthesize food by the process of photosynthesis and help in sustaining life on the earth. Besides the process of photosynthesis, produce oxygen as a byproduct. So this is the importance of photosynthesis. Fate work of guard cells. Plant breathe and sweat through their stomata. Stomata is tiny openings present on the surface of their leaves is known as stomata. Guard cells have a very important job because by opening and closing stomata, they facilitate gas exchange for photosynthesis and help minimize water loss. Here is a diagram of guard cell. Next mode of classification based on heterotrophic nutrition. Have you ever seen any plant which cannot prepare their food? How do they get their nourishment then? There are certain plants which lack chlorophyll and are dependent on others for their nutrition. For example, fungi and bacteria. Based on heterotrophic mode of nutrition, first is saprophytes. The taking of nutrition by organism from dead and decaying matter in the form of solution is called saprotrophic nutrition. Example, fungi. Fungi are non-green and do not undergo photosynthesis. Next, parasitic mode of nutrition. Para means other. It takes ready-made food from the host plant. The plant on which it climbs for food is called host. The most common example of parasitic plant is Cascata or dodder plant, commonly known as amarvale. It has yellow thread-like stems which help it climb over the stems and branches of the other plants. Some other example of parasitic plants are some fungi and bacteria. Next mode of classification is insectivorous modes of nutrition. A few plants feed on insects for obtaining their nutrition. Such plants are known as insectivorous plants. These plants are generally green in color. As they are green in color, so they are able to prepare their food by own. The most common example of insectivorous plant is pitcher plant. This can be seen in the picture. The other example of insectivorous plants are Venus flytrap, century plant, etc. Next and last topic is symbiosis. Symbiosis is a process in which two different organisms of different species live together and both are benefited from each other's symbiotic association. Sym means together and bios means life. The most common example of symbiosis is lichen, where an alga and fungus live together. The alga, being an autotroph, manufacture food and supply it to the fungus. On the other hand, if the fungus, being a saprophyte, provides water and minerals and shelter to the alga. This is all about this chapter. Thank you.